see, looky there.
Hang on real quick.
All right, it's pretty over there.
All right, I'm rolling, so.
All right.
All right, I guess like go ahead and explain to us what we were just doing with Big Joe over for the last 3 or 4 hours and why we had to do that.
Well, so I'll back up a little bit. We just got through working our animals for their fall handling 2021, and we had to leave Joe there for a little bit, kind of up in some holding pens. We let Dunbar out back with his ladies. It's been a long time since Dunbar's been with his ladies, but we had Joe pinned up because we had to get some stuff lined up here. And let me tell you what here is. The surprise is we've been blessed and very lucky to get a property. It's the first property my wife and I have owned, and it's taken a long time. We started this journey in February. We basically, well, let me go back. I grew up fishing these ponds through a gentleman that was close to my stepdad, Kevin, and he used to let me fish these ponds when I was a kid, and so I kind of knew the land a little bit. But and my wife and I, we've been looking for land for like 3 years, wanting to expand our bison operation, because we wanted to expand, and we just didn't have enough room at the property at Mom and Kevin's. So we started this process about 3 years ago, and then actually with this piece of land, we drove out here in January or February of 2021, and the guy that was leasing it was here, and I thought it was the owner. And I came over here, I actually told Marissa, I was like, I'm gonna go talk to him. And it wasn't the owner, it was the guy who was leasing the property. And I was talking to him, and he had, I don't know, 40 or 50 head of cows out here. And he said that the owner of the land was actually gonna sell the property because his lease was up in April of 2021, his lease was up. And so immediately after that, I tried to get his phone number and everything, and I couldn't reach him. It was very difficult. Wasn't in the phone book. Nobody had a cell phone. And anyways, I actually eventually found out where he lived. I did some creeping finally. Didn't want to be a creeper. He knew me, and I've known him for a long time. But I found out where he lived, and I drove over to his house, and I wrote a letter to him, and I put a letter on his door because he was gone that weekend. And he found the letter, and he called me. He called me, and so I had his phone number then and there, and I talked to him, and I asked him, and I said, hey, would you be interested in selling your land? And you know, that was the initial beginning of all of this process. And a lot of you probably know it takes a long time through financial stuff getting lined up and paperwork and just closing. And so we finally closed on this in early October. And we've hid it from you, and it's been very difficult because I have already been out here working. Kevin and I have already been out here trying to establish this place and get it going, ready for bison. And actually a lot of it was bison ready, and that's one of the reasons my wife and I wanted to get this property and get it going. And so because it was bison ready, we had to get a couple of things lined up. I've done a lot of this work, which I'm going to show you eventually. And so we worked our bison. Now let me move forward. We had Big Joe pinned up for our reveal because Big Joe doesn't need to be over there. We don't have enough room for 2 bulls. We're going to leave that there for our boy Dunbar. So we brought Big Joe over here, and we mixed him in with some animals I had purchased about a month ago, and we're starting a new herd basically. we've got our Team Dunbar herd, and now we'll have our Big Joe herd. But we're gonna do it right here on this property. So we've got a lot more land here. We've got water sources. We've got a lot of fence work to do. We've got a lot of work to do on the property. We've got some brush clearing to do, some cedar removal, some tree removal. But you know, one of the things that's great about this place is right here. This is grass. There's a lot of good grass here, and it's had recovery time, which was important. So we do have a lot of work on this property, but that was one of the things is we wanted this thing to be turnkey, basically, where we could come in here and just start putting bison. So this place had time for recovery because the cattle were taken off in April when the renter's lease was up. We could put these bison out here and it's had time to recover. And it's just, I actually sprayed this property when I didn't own it, but I worked something out with the previous owner so I could spray it and get it ready, and he let me spray it. We actually cut hay off the property already. We've got 40 plus round bales of hay ready for winter off of this property that I worked out with him before. But we've got a lot of grass here, and that's the main thing about this property. We've got a lot of restoration and some more grasses to introduce here, but we're just very excited because now we're able to take something so small and just go with it. And my wife and I have been very excited up to this point to just let Big Joe out. And I think that's kind of something that we've been looking forward to so much, to kind of get this place started. And I think that's this is just the beginning of letting him out here with those cows. The sky's the limit out here for us, and we're gonna start a new breeding herd over here. So, and Big Joe's the guy to do that. So that's where we're at, is we're starting over. I do want to thank my followers and subscribers, and thank all the people watching. This would not be possible without you guys. I really need to thank Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, my brother-in-law, for just kind of pushing me and throwing me out there to start a channel on raising these awesome animals. And you know, I started doing out a couple of videos and I wasn't sure about it. I had to get used to filming myself and talking about it, but I think a lot of my natural tendencies of teaching, which I taught and coached for 10 years, just kind of took over. And I got a lot of great feedback and I got a lot of encouragement from you guys. So we just decided to keep it going, and it's just grown from, you know, it's grown a lot over the past 2 years. And I just can't thank the followers and just the viewers enough for wanting to follow this journey. A short 2 years of getting us here. My wife and I have been looking for land for like 3 years so we could start our own. And Mom and Kevin have been great about letting us use their land, and we've grown that side of things. We've grown that place and improved it, and we're still going to keep those animals over there, but we're able to really expand here, and we couldn't do this without you guys and your support. And so just want to thank you for all the encouragement, for following us along from the beginning and making this possible. And the sky's the limit with this now. We plan on expanding, obviously, and which is going to give you guys a whole lot more of what we can do here on this property, because we got a lot of work to do. And the work doesn't stop, but we just have a higher level to reach now that we've got this far. So we still got a long ways to go, and you guys get to be on that journey with us. And so we're excited as a family to do that. And I can't obviously do this without Marissa, and I thank my wife all the time for this.
I think maybe you should bring her in while you're bragging.
Oh, okay. All right. Just come in. Come here. Hey, let me look at that camera. Wave at Chandler. You listener? The most important person I need to thank is Marissa. The whole time that we've worked on this property and that we've worked on this deal. Maya, you want to be in the picture too. Come here, Maya. Come on. Maya's left out. You can't forget about our skinny blue heeler. Marissa's held a and worked a full-time job. She's been a mom, but I'm really very thankful and lucky to well, first of all, to have both of these girls, and very blessed to have them. But I really need to thank Marissa for letting me put a lot of time into this and being patient with me, and we've managed to take care of this baby and our lives. But it's been a long journey to get to this point, and we're excited to do all this together. And I really couldn't do it without her giving us this opportunity and working.
Why?
So
Why?
it's gonna be fun
Why?
to do all this together.
Why?
Look at that.
Oh, see, looky there.
Hang on real quick.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Show me wearing your Eleanor shirt. Oh, there we go. Oh, good job.
Yeah? Is that bison?